Coming from Jerusalem via the Jordan Valley up to where the Jordan River, just south of the Sea of Galilee, of Lake Kinneret, where Jesus walked on water in the Christian New Testament. So we're coming up here up the Jordan Valley. In this area, thank you. So everything you see here to your right, first of all, we go to the Bible. There were 2.5 tribes. Who remembers the story of the 2.5 tribes who had a special request for Moses? In the book of Numbers, Deuteronomy. Towards the end of the 5 books of Moses, there's a story of as the children of Israel approached the Holy Land. Now, of course, we know, did Moses ever step foot where we are right now?
No.
No, he did not. Moses could not enter the land. Why not? Why couldn't Moses enter the land? What did God say?
Because he had sinned.
Because he had sinned. He was supposed to speak to the rock, and he hit the rock.
He got angry.
He got angry.
He got angry and hit the rock as if he is using his own power.
Yes. Oh, yes. Very good. Very good. So,
Wow.
so God tells Moses, no, you can only see the land from afar. So Mount Nebo, as we come around here, Mount Nebo, we don't know the exact location. God says, specifically says in the Torah, we shouldn't know the exact location, so it won't become a whole shrine. I remember speaking to Bafana or Jonas about the grave of your prophet of Isaiah Shembe, and said that they were saying it's not a shrine. It's not you're not supposed. You don't go there. We don't. It's not not worshipped in there. Yeah. So Moses too. It was the grave. We don't. It's not no place. But somewhere in the moment, come through. You can see the mountains of Jordan in the distance. It's called Transjordan, Eva HaYarden. So 2.5 tribes. Anyone remember the story? Which 2.5 tribes? There are 2.5 tribes who came to Moses and said, "Hey, this land is good. It's nice and high. There's plenty of places for our cattle to graze. We want to stay here on the other side of the Jordan. We don't want to cross the Jordan." Which tribes were these? Do you remember? Reuben, Gad, and half of Menashe. Okay? Reuben, Gad, v'chatzi shevet Menashe. Reuben, Gad, and Menashe said, no, we don't want to enter the land. We want to stay here. It's good for us. Up in the height, gets up to 5,000 feet. What is that? 1,500 meters. Nice high elevation, good place to pasture. We want to stay here. So what does Moses say? Does he allow them to just stay outside of the land? Well, actually, he says, yes, but on one condition. You must come with us to conquer the land. Come with us to conquer the land with Joshua. Remember, who will lead the children of Israel across the River Jordan? The River Jordan will flow backwards for Joshua. For Moses is Yeshua ben Nun. For Joshua the son of Nun, the river will flow. The Jordan River will flow backwards for him. And the children of Israel will cross over. And who will come with them will be all the tribes of Israel to conquer. And then you can go back to outside of the land and you can have your pastures over there. But first to conquer the land and then go back. We see more of the date palms that Danielle was speaking about earlier. So everywhere we see here was part of the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan until the 6-Day War in 1967. Okay, both sides of the Jordan, including where we are now, which we call today Judea and Samaria, or the West Bank, was part of the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. They're a family in Jordan. They can trace their lineage. They say they trace their lineage back to Muhammad, and they had control of all of this area. In this area, during the 6-Day War and until in the late 60s and early 70s, there was what's called the War of Attrition, and there were many attacks across the Jordan in this area until the time of Black September. Has anyone heard of Black September? What happened in Black September? It's a terror group. Strongly recommend the movie Munich. You can see it's a Spielberg movie. It talks about what Black September did. The Black September was when the Palestinians attempted a coup in Jordan to take over from King Hussein of Jordan. Okay, now it's Abdullah II. And they fail, but they lose there, and then they go to Lebanon. And then there's the Second Lebanon War, and we fight them in Lebanon. So here in the biblical area, we have Reuben, Gad, and half of Menashe. We have Judah and Benjamin. We are now already in Benjamin and coming further north. I'll show you the tribes. One moment. But it's a map if you want to see the biblical areas of the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel. You can see where their territories were. And we are now already past Benjamin. We are in Manasseh. Okay, Manasseh, the son he had on both sides of the River Jordan. So we have it here. We can pass it around. So we'll continue up the Jordan Valley. This is called the rain shadow desert. Our hills on the left, the mountains of Benjamin and Ephraim. They block the moisture coming off the Mediterranean, and so therefore we have the rain shadow desert. And Daniel wanted to point out the solar panels on the farm over there, and there's a lot utilized. Daniel was explaining earlier. Great examples of how Israel's taken the limited resources we have and tried to maximize as much as we can. There's been a lot of work that's gone into that. Okay, so on the left we can see examples. There's even vineyards here, way down, and we are going to go below sea level. We've come from 2,500 feet above sea level, and we're going to go down for lunch. We'll be at minus 600. We'll be 600 feet below sea level in the Syrian-African Rift. Begins down, all the way down in Tanzania. Uganda comes all the way up Lake Victoria. That's the same area. That's the same Syrian-African Rift that comes all the way up through here. And we have some of the most ancient cities, Jericho, and coming up towards the Sea of Galilee and in this area.
This place is covered with the greenhouse.
I know.
Yes.
Covered with the greenhouse.